What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanics Simulator 2018 here on the channel, and today we're with episode 2 of the project Sailing S302. So I'm gonna go through and just say some stuff I did off camera. The first of which, I finished the interior. You guys can't see because it's obviously back on the lift, but it has a completely refreshed interior, and also found out how to get rid of all the rust. So I haven't played this game in a while, and originally used to be like a frame puller or something in this game, but it's been replaced, apparently, with the welder. I used the welder and it cleared up the bodywork. I also used it on the RX-7, which had a little bit of leftover rust from the original project I did in this car. In case you don't know, this was my first build series on this game. The video series never finished, but the car was. But this is it. It's completely 100% restored. The saline is going through the same process. Today's video, we're going to be going through tearing the engine apart. This is it. It's the 5-liter modular V8. Correcting myself, because in the first episode I stated this was a 4.6. That is the case on the S281, but not the S302. The difference is the S302 is the 4.6, but it's been bored up to 5 liters. So it is a 5.0, but just not the 5.0 that we all know and love as the Coyote. Which I'm trying to get a hold of as well, because I do have a mod for that car in this game. But we'll be tearing apart the engine today. But I want to talk more about some other stuff in this video, such as other cars I'm working on. So as you can see in the back, there's another Mustang. This is a Shelby GT500 built out of the 05 GT. So obviously there is some things that are still left over from the GT, one of which being the engine. This is the 4.6 3-valve motor. Now, I do have a donor engine on standby that'll be going into this car after we finish the S302 series, which will be for this car. It's another supercharged V8, similar to what's in this car, which is my Bolt Reptilia or C4 Corvette, supercharged. This is basically what the Shelby engine will look like when it's finished. So this car is running. It runs perfectly fine. It's got fresh oil in it. I took it out in the airfield today, and it did quite well. I did some gnarly skids in it. This car is actually really nice. I did all the restoration and stuff in this car last night off camera. But yeah, so today we'll be tearing apart the engine, but I also want to talk more about some other project cars, because I don't think it's going to take that long to tear down this engine. But I want to talk more about some other projects that we're going to be doing as well following this video. So we've got quite a few cars to look at. Two of which will be huge projects following these builds, with the GT500 and the Shelby S302, or Sailing S302, excuse me. But yeah, so the first car that we'll be working on is this RX-7. This is going to be a drift missile. It has a 13B in it as well that is destroyed. It's also missing a driver's door. This was a barn find car, in case you're wondering. This will be a drift missile. I'm going to try to set it up through the game editor to LS swap this car. I know that a lot of you guys are going to hate me for saying that, but this engine is shot. I don't want to have to go through another rotary build. The next car, we'll be gutting this car and removing its engine. Well, I'll be using this as a parts car. I'll be using this 4-cylinder engine in another project soon enough. Then we have this. This is yet another Mustang. This is the third one I own in this game. This is however, a 4.0 single overhead cam. In case you guys are new to my channel, I own a 4.0 single overhead cam Ford in real life, a Ford Explorer Sport Track. This one is, of course, the 4.0 single cam motor, which will be the final project in the lineup. So this car right here will be taken apart off camera. Like I said, I plan on gutting the car, selling all the parts I don't need, and redoing the engine for another car. This RX-7 will become a drift missile later on. This will be kind of intertwined with the rest of the videos. So, and the Mustang V6 will just be kind of a project that I wanted to do because I own a 4.0. So, yeah. But anyway, let's head back to the garage and get started on tearing down the motor on the S302. So the S302's motor, like I said, is a bored out 4.6 with a supercharger on it. So we're going to have to do a lot of work to tear this motor down. This will probably be one of the longer videos, I think, in this series. Speaking of, I hope you guys are liking the new setup I'm going to be doing. As you all know, I uploaded strictly car content for the last few months with a quite rare chance of a gaming video. But I like this game, and I have so many projects backed up for this game that I want to take care of, that I'll be doing a new schedule setup using my standard Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday schedule. But I'll be intertwining a CMS episode every week for the Tuesday video, unless I have something better to upload. I may start uploading 2 videos on Tuesdays until all my projects on this game are done, which includes the other RX-7, the Mustang V6, and hopefully a Civic Type R in the near future if I can find one. But anyway, let's get to it. So we're going to be starting off with tearing apart this V8 motor. So we've got quite a few stuff to deal with. We're going to take the idler roller out, and then we should be able to remove the serpentine belt. And then we can get access to the supercharger serpentine belt, which is being blocked by this belt tensioner. So we're going to go ahead and take that out as well. Okay, so now we got the supercharger serpentine removed. We're going to move all of the idle rollers because there's quite a few of them that need to be removed. We have probably 6 or so of just idle rollers, not even counting the rest of the pulleys and stuff of this motor. Oop, that's the fuel rail. That's what I'm looking for at all. Okay, so we got another idle roller here. And now we're going to get the, hopefully the final idler roller out, because this is quite a lot. Okay, so we got the power steering pump, which is going out of the car. I need one of those in my 4.0 real life. Crankshaft pulley is now gone, and the water pump pulley is now removed. Alright, so now we're down to the water pump, which is also being removed. Basically, this entire episode is going to be tearing down the block of this engine. We're going to go all the way down to the long block and get all we can. So now we can remove our supercharger unit. Okay, no we can't. We need to get rid of our throttle body first. Okay, now we should be able to remove this motor. Okay. Fuel rails need to come off. And this is being painful. Okay. Now we can take off our blower. Okay, so now we're down to the intake manifold, which is now out of the engine as well. So now we're down to the block. We're going to take our head covers out. We're going to take the oil fill plug off. I don't know. What are we going to do? It's telling me there's other stuff to take care of on this engine first. Let's take the fuel filter out first. Alright, or not. Whatever. Oh, got to do the coils cover first. Duh. Ignition coils are coming out of this engine. And we'll need to take out the spark plugs as well. All of these are in rough shape, so I'm going to be putting in probably essentially a new engine, but we will be rebuilding this engine along this. It'll be basically a new engine built out of the same assembly of the original engine. Oh, we still got one bolt there. Okay, so now we're down to our cam pulleys and all of that equipment. I need to come over here and do the same thing I did for the other side of the car. If I could really get a better angle, that'd be great, because I can't really see anything in this angle. That's one thing that still needs to be worked on with this game. I'm just going to click. Okay, that just made it even worse. Okay. So now we've got all of this stuff removed. We're going to take the valve covers off. Alright, so now we've got ourselves our timing set up. We've got our timing belts, which we'll need to take the cover for that off first. Alright, so we got that off. Now we're down to the timing belts. And, okay, there we go. We're basically going to strip this motor completely down. Alright, so now we're taking our cams out. I wish I could throw upgraded cams on this engine, because it'd be kind of cool to get like comp cams or something like that put on this motor. You get that loping noise, all that fun stuff. Okay, so now we're down to our lifters and all that stuff with the valves. We gotta take the exhaust manifold, our headers off. I wonder if they have long tubes in this game. That'd be kind of cool. Wish I could get long tubes. Okay, so now we're down to just the heads of the engine. We're gonna go ahead and take those off. Okay, so our engine's actually in pretty good shape. We're gonna go ahead and take the headers off on this side. I'm hopefully getting headers from my Explorer soon. I might go through with it. I don't know. I've had some mixed opinions on that with friends and stuff, but it's my car. I do what I want. So, okay, go ahead and remove our oil filter, our alternator. Um, is also, we got to take care of the oil pan, which I really should have done while the engine was apart, or still in the car. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and remove our piston. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna take you out. About to have to lose some money for not draining the oil. Of course, I don't think there was any oil left in this car. Nope, didn't get charged anything, so apparently this engine did not have oil in it, which is interesting. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the engine so I can get access to the underside of the block. Okay, so we need to remove our rod caps for each of the 8 cylinders. Now, this was so much easier with the rotary engine, as the rotary engine was pretty simple to put together. Because, I mean, it's a rotary engine, it's kind of small. So we got to take all the crankshaft bearing caps off as well. Go ahead and remove the pistons here. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the components in this engine are pretty much shot. I'm basically about to have to go through everything on the repair bench and hope I can repair as much as I can with this motor, because this motor is going to be a mess. Okay, we're about down to the last piston, and I'm about to be able to knock this crank loose. Okay, so now we should be able to remove the crank. Oh, we still got a piston hiding in here. Okay, we still got to remove our flywheel and our clutch pressure plate, which apparently I can't get access to. For some odd reason. So I don't know what to do about that per se. So I can't get the crank, and I can't get the clutch. I can't get the flywheel. Alright, this is awkward. Alright, we're gonna just back away from this. What we're going to do is we're going to take the engine off the crane and we're going to drop it back in the saline so I can get access to the clutch and all that stuff. See, this is car lifter B. So we've got our engine. I'm going to install what's left of this motor here. I think this is our engine that should be gutted now. I think this is actually the block we're using for the GT500. Yeah, because I just removed all the pistons. Or maybe I didn't. I don't remember which engine this is. Pull out the engine. Okay, we're going to install this one. Okay, I think this is the block for this car. As now they're both missing all their pistons, so I don't know which engine's which. Okay, so now we're going to put it on the lifts. We're going to remove the clutch and flywheel assembly, as that's been kind of what's holding us back. Okay, apparently I still can't remove the clutch for some odd reason. So I can't remove the clutch. Something's still lighting up red and I can't see what it is. Okay, something's not right here. It's gotta be something to do with the clutch assembly. Because, I mean, it's very, very weird how I cannot seem to get access to... It's something to do with one of these parts. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to pull the motor out anyway. I don't know why I did that. That was a waste of time. Go ahead and drop the saline back down. pull the motor out of the car, put it back on the stand. Hate it when I do that. Okay, so we're back with our Shelby motor, or saline motor. We've got absolutely nothing left that I can think of, because it's saying there's something else, and I can't find it. Because I can't take the clutch pressure plate off for some odd reason. So I'm trying to figure out, because I can't take the cam off either until that, until I can, gosh, what the heck. Okay, we're going to have to rotate this motor this way, so I can get underneath it and see why I can't take the crank out. Okay, there's the flywheel. So, I mean, again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, okay, you're just hiding from me. Freaking clutch release bearings hiding from me. That is so stupid. Alright, now we can get our crank out. And now we're down to the lum block, which is now gone. Alright, so now it's time to rebuild, repair this engine block. We're just repairing everything. Look at me. I'm just gonna click as much as I can. This is costing me so much money. Okay, that was a lot of money. But the motor is now, for the most part, fixed. We're going to go ahead and go into part mount mode. Okay, I killed the block. All I have left is the block that'll be used for the Shelby. So we're obviously going to have to go buy a new block, which blows majorly. Alright. Engine block. Engine block. Inline 6, V8, V8, V8s. And wham, we have a new engine block. Okay. Time to get into reassembly. And to start, we're going to put this nice shiny new block in. We're going to have to put our shiny new crank. We're going to go in reverse. Okay, so I need a flywheel. I'm obviously in need of one of those. Okay. Just going to keep on scrolling. Fuel filter, fuel pump, fuel tank. Where is the flywheel? That's what I'm in need of right now. I'm just gonna search flywheel. If I could spell, it'd be great. Okay, so there we go, flywheel. 500 bucks. Not a cheap date. Okay. Into part mount mode. Okay, so now we're gonna put our fresh flywheel on. Hopefully, okay, we got a fresh clutch plate. Cool. Okay, put a pressure plate. No, I don't want to put that on. That's garbage. So I need a clutch pressure plate. Clutch. Just look up clutch. We're gonna go ahead and buy a new release bearing just in case, because I don't know if that got restored or not. I'd like to be able to just go ahead and finish the clutch assembly. Basically, once I get these parts on, I'm probably going to end off this video because I already feel like it's getting long. And we'll go into the next episode of reassembling the motor and getting it dropped in. Okay, so we got our release bearing on as well now. Okay, fuel filter. So we're going to need a fuel filter, an oil filter. We do have a new alternator, so that'll go in. About our pistons, are those good? All of our pistons appear to be shot. That's awesome. I need to buy a total of 16 pistons. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video of getting started on building the new engine for the Saline. Next episode, we'll be focusing on putting this engine back together and having it ready to go in the car. And then we're going to go on completely disassemble the underside of the Saline S302 and get it ready for the swap. Thank you guys again for watching. See you guys next time.
We don't want drama, we just want commas. My team tryna eat, I'm thinking Benihana. Love or hate me, all that shit just made me stronger. We the new school, it's the alma mater. We don't want drama, we don't want drama. We just want the commas, we just want the commas.